Hello out there. I came to chit chat. I'm at work. I'm usually off on the weekend, but I came in to make me some extra money, some extra coins, as Honeybee used to say and stuff. I came to talk about this weekend. They had the No Kings protest, and I got these two YouTube channels that I created. One of them is called Stupid Is and Stupid Does, and the other one is called Straight Talk with Simone Simone. And I don't know which one I'm going to put this video on, but I'll probably put them on both of them, but I'm trying to turn this thing around. But yeah, this is what, hopefully this will work. Let me turn it around so I can see. I'm an amateur at this stuff here, but let me see if I can turn it. It ain't turning around, so I got to do it this way. Look at all of that. Kings, they had all this stuff going on. And this lady that I saw on X, and she pointed out that these ain't nothing but white liberals around here with their hypocritic ways. And they've been just the whole weekend all across the country, from San Francisco to Seattle to Washington D.C. to Philadelphia, Chicago, New York, Boston, Texas, everywhere. Talking about No Kings, Donna. And this is my thing here. They don't like Donna because he don't support none of their agenda. So any chance they get to run their mouth, don't get me wrong. I'm not a Republican. I'm a independent. I used to be a Democrat. I switched. I'm going to tell you when I stopped being a Democrat. Back when Hillary was running for president with Ronald against President Obama. That's why I switched to being an independent back then myself. But yeah, so back to the lady, she was saying these very white liberals here, their agenda is, they defending illegal immigration and LGBT and whatever else. But then, like she said, these very people don't want those illegals in their neighborhood. As long as they in black neighborhoods, they fine. And this is my thing. What I got to say about them is, when war breaks out, World War III was to break out, none of these people will be on the front lines. They'll be expecting people like myself, and people that they think is beneath them to be fighting their war for them while they sitting there home. Just like with COVID. They was fine with COVID, but when they got tired of dealing with their kids, they wanted to be over. And my thing about this is, these people ain't aligning with nothing that, like she said, they're a rebel with no cause. Because this is my thing. When President Obama was in office, they weren't out there protesting when they killed that racist white boy went in that church and killed those 9 people. They should have been. Or they ain't out there protesting for all the homelessness in this country. California is the most, what's the word I want to say? They had the biggest epidemic, they have the biggest epidemic of homelessness, but you never see white people out there. Especially in the Hollywood scene, and I lived over there for 3 years. And most of the homeless white people live in places like California and Seattle. Mark Zuckerberg, he's the reason why there's homelessness over there in Silicon Valley. He went up there, his little tech stuff, and jacked up the price of housing, and all those white people homeless up there. But he's Jewish. So he don't give a fuck. And Hollywood is, they don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Just like these people here. None of them was protesting about the homelessness across the country. They ain't protesting how these kids failing out in school. But you know what them teachers and white teachers doing? They quitting their jobs to go do other stuff. They don't care. They ain't protesting about the developers that's coming here building shit all across the country and stuff, causing the housing to go up. They don't care. They want, they troublemakers. Them fucking Democrats. They're fucking troublemakers. Now, and that being said, I didn't support Donald, but I like some of the stuff that he does. Just like them. Oh, I forgot what else they protesting, but I forgot. He sent the National Guard to those different states. But you know what, though? The Democrats didn't do it. And there's been black people, black women, on Twitter, said that they're appreciative of him, especially in Memphis, Tennessee. Those people are very appreciative because they said since he sent those National Guard there, there ain't been no shootings there. Because I'm going to tell you about black folks. When I thought all the crime started with black people, I thought it was adults. It's them sorry little kids that y'all created when y'all said the parents couldn't whip their kids anymore. So, but anyway, so those black people in Memphis, women and adult men, they are so happy that Donald sent the National Guard there. And my thing is, he made my people happy. You understand me? Especially about that, because President Obama, because National Guard is just that. It's from state to state. Who says that the president, they just mad because he took precedent and said that National Guard only supposed to be something at the state level. Fuck that shit. If that's the case, you should have made that same-sex marriage be at state level, but you didn't. You killed those people in that church, so it could be a federal level. So fuck you, Satan. And like I said, until that same-sex get repealed, y'all ain't gonna get no damn Obamacare. Simple as that. That's why I say them liberals, what they want, because most of them, they support that LGBT with their little nasty, disgusting selves. I don't give a fuck, you understand me? I say what I say. That's why I'm moving to a country that don't support none of that Christianity, that LGBT stuff, or the illegal immigration stuff. I surely am. It's just, because I'm finishing my master's in teaching, so I can get me a teaching job in another country. And I'll be finished next year by December. And then I decide if I'm going to leave and go be with this man or stay. But I want to be gone because I'm sick of being here. So I really am, because I researched other places to finish my master's in psychology, though, and get my PhD. But anyway, yeah, so at the end of the day, I support Donald for the National Guard. He did good. That's what I'm saying. You can hate on Donald. And this is my thing. Donald might not be the smartest person or the person you can trust, but neither are you, motherfuckers. Y'all the same way, because all of you lack discernment and wisdom, because if you did have wisdom and discernment, this country wouldn't be ran over by these illegals. Y'all wouldn't be having this issue. But y'all just as corrupt as they are. And then your dislike for black people. That's another, because Ronald Reagan, he's the reason that started all this MK, because I did my research. After he was over there doing drug dealings with the country, Iran stuff, I forget, anyway. He, stuff that he claimed he wasn't aware of, he signed the executive order for them Mexicans to start coming over to this country. And he was a Republican, and he was a politician. He wasn't a politician, he was a celebrity. So if you want to blame somebody, blame him. But then they start letting the whole country come. That's why I say this country is just done for. But it ain't nothing but karma because of the way y'all did black folks, and still trying to do black folks. Because, most black folks that got any sense, they shouldn't have nothing to do with y'all. They should be like me. Leave this motherfucker. Thank you. You understand me? Because when the Spirit and God say it's time to go, that's what you need to do. Leave, because the end is truly near. But, yeah, so they need to stop that no king shit. They actually wish y'all had a king, because at least they be doing stuff for the country instead of for themselves, these politicians and stuff. And them thing is, I don't care. And one of these things said, let me find it when they said it. This one here. Check this one out. This what that one says. It says what? The power belongs to the people. If that's the case, y'all have been doing a very poor job. Because you can look at it what you want to. Because I'm like boots on the ground. I'm like, I see things y'all don't see. If that's what I'm saying. This country is really fucked up. If the power was in y'all hand, but y'all, I'm just saying, y'all just don't like Donna. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, the black people happy in Memphis, and someone in Chicago. If I was staying to live in this country, I would go to Chicago and teach. Because the thing about Chicago is it's cleaner than New York. Yeah, they got corruption too, like New York. But the thing about the black folks in Chicago, when those illegals started coming there trying to get shit that belonged to them, they stood up to them. Them motherfuckers, them black folks in New York didn't. That's why I say kudos for them. That's why I say there's black folks who ain't gonna put up with that shit that they come down here trying to take shit that belongs to them. Then you got the mothers on that kumbaya shit, but I'm just saying, kudos for Donna. And then I don't know who y'all gonna get for president. Might not have a presidency by that time, because this country is just, if you don't see what's going on, y'all need to wake the hell up and see what's really good on this country. It's a done deal. Biblically speaking, the United States is Sodom and Gomorrah. That filthy shit y'all got, that mindset, still racist towards black folks. Then you want to add in and want to embrace those people who ain't bringing to this, because, see, the thing is, you confuse the illegals that come here now with the ones that came through Ellis Island. The ones that came through Ellis Island, they came here with intentions to build this country up to great, because look how great New York was, not anymore, since those came to this country. They brought the businesses and stuff like that. And they had to go through a process. Just like now, the only people who come in this country legally is the Africans. They come through lottery, everybody through a lottery. The Africans are the only ones that come in this country legally. Everybody else dumb. I even found out when I was living in California that the Chinese people, some of them didn't come here that came here illegally. And I was surprised to know that, but yeah, that's why I say, who's the real criminals around here? So that's why I say don't confuse your immigration and your descendants that came to this country with the ones that's coming here now. The ones that's coming here now, they just trying to get a piece of the pie. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't building up. You know, they tearing down. Ever since they've been here, the healthcare's in the gutter, the education system's in the gutter, the government's in the gutter. It's more corrupt now than it's ever been. Back in the 80s, this country was not corrupt. The government wasn't corrupt. I told you, y'all might not like what I said about when it started happening, because, you know, I got this gift that I know things. I'm just saying. But I have wisdom and discernment, because y'all don't like to speak the truth about nothing. That's what I say. And God don't like that when you don't want to speak the truth. So, you know, you want to keep them blinders on and live in la-la land, that's your business. But me, my ass is out this country by the end of next year. Or if this man, I can leave, this semester ends in December. I can leave then too, this year December instead of next. That I just finished in another country, but I'm just saying, Satan, this shit. And then that stuff, let's not mention about, you know, I don't know if that's fake news or what, because you can't believe news about Hamas, the stuff that's going on now. They said that they preparing to attack people in Gaza, and then they saying that it might be fake soldiers, might be the Mossad, but I say it could be the Mossad, it could be the United States, it could be even cartel, because them dirty damn things, y'all just don't know. They want to be key players, because I'm telling you, I lived in California for 3 years, and I learned a lot about them, and it's not what they call paradox, I ain't picking on them, because yeah, I had a negative feeling toward them, because what they did to me when I was in California, they tried to kill me. Told you. Not once, but several times. But, you know, because I don't get down with them like that. And so I got issues with it, just like I got a special kind of hate for them and witches, and now I got a special hate for this country. So, yeah, but I try not to talk too much about them, because I don't want you to think that I just don't like them. Yeah, they come with negative. They just as racist as white folk, but they hide it, because they want to come here and get their money. But, you know, my thing is, United States should have never allowed them in this country. You know, but that's their stupidity. So, but their racism towards black folks why they let them in. But because Ronald Reagan was one of the most racist motherfuckers that walked this earth. And see how his punishment was? He lived to be like, 90-something years old, looking like the Walking Dead, and paying him and his wife both. But that's cursed. But I'm just saying, damn, I just lost what I was thinking, lost what I was getting ready to say though. Damn, I forgot. Well, anyway, I got off track. So anyway, that's what I came to say. But oh yeah, about Hamas. I'm just saying, you know, it's like, so I don't know if they're telling the truth about, they went against the ceasefire, but that, because news is awful these days. They just as bad. Now that AI stuff, you can't trust nothing on the news and stuff. That's why I said that AI is another, y'all think it's something great, but that's demonic too there. That's why, but I always said, like, back when I used to be a nurse in a nursing home, I said the computer was going to be the death of this country, and sure as shit stink. You know, the cell phones and the AI shit, the technology that they're using for do evil and stuff. But that's y'all. But that's why I'm old school. That's why when the time comes, I ain't going to miss the technology, because I'm still old school. Even though I hang out on this phone sometime and social media, especially that Instagram, it's the worst of the worst. But that being said, then, y'all have a good week. Be blessed, be safe. Mashallah. Did I say that right? Yeah. So, and anyway, and you know, love y'all. Some of y'all anyway.